T&D Sports, an exclusive video broadcast.
Greg Sarah here from Newsday Sports with Jared Veluzzi. We are at the Quarterback Challenge 7-on-7 at Northport High School. National Football Foundation has done a great job, Jared. They've been out there doing things, football games, the Lineman Challenge, now the 7-on-7s and the Quarterback Challenge. And what a beautiful day here at Northport High School. It's been pretty exciting. Tell me a little bit about the first couple of pool games.
Yeah, it's been incredible, and Greg, these teams very even. Everyone 1-1 so far. So in these next two contests, the winner of each of those will meet in the championship, and each of these teams led by a fantastic quarterback. It has been very fun. A lot of fireworks so far. 4
evenly split teams. This semifinal, if you will, it's pool game number 3, but it is effectively a semifinal game. Will be the Empire Storm and the Post Boys, and we'll check out the Empire Storm roster first. And who's really impressed you through the first few games of pool play?
Well, Greg, no surprise, Hudson Philbrick at quarterback has been phenomenal. He has not missed a step from his phenomenal junior year. He has been great. And alongside him, Roy McDermott of St. Anthony's has been very impressive. He is a Division I offer from Colgate, and several other players really showing out here for the Empire Storm.
Hudson Philbrick recently committing to Stony Brook University. What a catch that is for Stony Brook. And now we'll check out Post Boys and their quarterback, Sean Carnevale of Chaminade. Another really impressive roster. They also had a really good showing in pool play.
Yeah, I mean, the Post Boys, a lot of talent. Timmy Hollahan of Sayville, an excellent player, along with Dylan Milio of Massapequa, who's emerging as a threat for a Pequa team with, of course, high expectations after all these Long Island titles.
First thing that jumps out at me, Jared, is Nick Mastriano, the wide receiver from Connecticut High School, has transferred to St. John the Baptist. That is a huge boost for the Cougars as we get ready to go here in the first semifinal, if you will, of the National Football Foundation's Quarterback Challenge. And our first quarterback will be Sean Carnevale as they get ready to put the ball in play. And what have you seen from Sean through the first couple of games of play? Has it been the short passing game, accuracy? Has he gone deep?
Yeah, he's done a little bit of everything so far. His poise is really impressive. He had a great first season at Chaminade, and here we go now.
Carnevale back to pass. He throws a little bit of an out pattern. Catch made on the far sideline. Excellent job. A pickup of about 13, maybe 14 yards. And they'll put the ball in play at the 26-yard line. And let's go through some of the rules of the game. Moving the ball, the offense has 3 downs to gain a first down. First down marker will always be at the 20-yard line, so down and distance is important. Once inside the 20-yard line, the offense has 3 downs to score a touchdown. And we get ready for the snap. Carnevale back to pass. He throws again across the middle. This time, ball hauled in by number 8. And that looks like Tim Hollahan of Sayville holds on to that pass.
And Hollahan, like I mentioned before, great sophomore season with Sayville, and he's coming out of the backfield here. You know, great route and also good decision from Carnevale. Almost unable to handle it, but great concentration being able to bring that one in.
Yeah, the route on a cross, going from right to left. Carnevale with a nice throw, Hollahan holding on. And it wasn't hard for him to hold on. He caught passes from Patrick Cohen all season at Sayville. As we go down, first down and goal from the 20. Carnevale back to pass. He looks post in the corner, and it looks like number 4, Colin Darling of Sayville. Sayville guys getting hookups here on this drive. Nice throw on the outer half. Just watch Carnevale in the setup. They have 5 seconds, a 5 count to throw before they have to get rid of the ball. He lays it out there real nice, out in front. I mean, honestly, when you have a 5 count to throw and you're accurate and you have a strong arm, it's pretty easy to quarterback. It does showcase the quarterbacks. There's no pressure. And as long as your receivers are running the right routes and getting separation, you're going to be effective.
Yeah, a lot of them have been really impressive so far. Very high scoring in a couple of those pool games early on, and Carnevale really leading a great drive right now for the Post Boys here inside the 10.
Trips to your left. Hollahan in the backfield. Second down and goal from the 9. Pumps right, throws over the middle, and He is flagged at about the 1 yard line. Was John Pataco of Sachem East. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 1.
It is 3rd down and goal from the 1.
Jared, you notice that as soon as he makes the catch, he's touched down there at the 1 yard line. And you might think this is an easy touchdown pass because it's a quick hit. But defense plays up tight, man coverage. It's not as easy as you think. They need to get immediate separation. But again, 5 seconds to get away from somebody in the end zone is pretty easy to do. 3rd down and goal. Carnevale on a quick out, looks at Holohan. He's covered. Now he'll go the other way for the touchdown. And a nice throw on the out to Colin Darling. Kind of like a crisscross, and Darling comes from the quarterback's left to the right for the easy score. And the Sayville wide receiver scores the touchdown.
Yeah, it was Darling's 2nd reception on the drive. And Greg, like you mentioned, quick separation was key there. Darling does exactly that, able to haul it in, and a great drive from the Post boys as they strike first here against the Empire Storm.
Now, Jared, to tackle somebody, you don't tackle them, it's touch. Is it one hand or 2 hands? Tell the viewers, because there are no flags. So I think, when you're touching somebody down, it's too hard to call a guy with 2 hands, so it's probably just a touch. It's also safer, especially when you're running an all-star event like this. The last thing you want is someone to get hurt. As you go for the extra point, Carnevale back to pass. He throws the cross. Nice catch. Looks like Holohan in the end zone. He had done it out and then came back across the middle for the catch. Really nice pattern, great hands, and an excellent throw away from the defense for the score.
So the Post boys out in front 7-0.
As we see the replay, you watch Holohan out of the backfield. He goes to his left. Carnevale's looking right, scans the field, finds no one, comes back to Holohan, who works his way open for the score. We'll be back.
Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. Half pipe, leave you full of pain? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle, so you can feel better faster.
We're back, Tim, go. All right, Jared, we're back here at Northport High School, the 7-on-7 quarterback challenge. Hudson Philbrick back to throw for the Empire team, and he's going to go deep first pass all the way into the end zone, wide open. This is number 8, Aiden Morellis, and it's just overthrown by a little bit. But wow, what an arm. Great arm strength, easy throw. He does have the wind at his back, as did Sean Carnevale, which is an advantage, but a little bit too strong on that throw.
Yeah, Philbrick, he makes it look effortless, though, right, when he's throwing the football. It was a great pass just a little bit ahead of, it looked like Aiden Morellis streaking downfield, but right there, 2 of Long Island's best, 2 Newsday All-Long Island first-teamers going out here and working together, so it's been fun watching them play, and just an inch away, it felt like, from a beautiful connection downfield.
2nd down and 20 from the 40-yard line. We are playing on a 40-yard field. The first down is at the 20. Philbrick back to pass, and he throws again downfield, a little too strong for an intended wide receiver, number 7, Rory McDermott of St. Anthony's. It'll be 3rd down and 20. Again, they only have 3 downs to achieve a first down, unlike typical football where you get 4 downs. So he needs to complete a 20-plus throw here to keep this drive on the move. Morales looked good in the first 2 pool games. He had 4 touchdowns and looked very strong. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, no, definitely really impressive in the pool play games. And listen, man, this Empire Storm offense, and you have Hudson Philbrick, it makes things easy, but these wide receivers have really been tremendous so far. But on that last play, got to give credit to the defense, Mark Davis and Tommy Zarcone, some good coverage there on Rory McDermott.
3rd down, Philbrick looking over the middle, and the ball's intercepted by number 10, Antonio Keehee Jr. of Half Mile Hills East. The ball's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Would not have been enough for a first down because he would have been touched inside the 30, maybe the 25. Wouldn't have had enough. Nice stop for the Post boys, and they take over now. First down and 20 at the 40-yard line. Carnevale will put the ball back in action. They lead 7-0. Nice pick right there. Actually, the ball was in and out of the hands of the receiver at the 23-yard line. It would have been a lot closer than I thought. But great defense by Post Boys and coaches Tyler Collins and Andrew Ferriolo. Carnevale will take the ball now, first down. He looks outside, and now goes down the middle of the field to a wide open number 17, John Pataco of Sachem Easton. He's looked very good the first 2 drives of this game.
Yeah, I mean, Pataco, he had that catch over the middle before, kind of in traffic where, you know, he took that shove right down to the 1-yard line, and this time he's going to do it in the open field as he was able to make the defender miss. But let's take a look at Carnevale, right? He's navigating, scans the field before firing a great pass over to his receiver, Pataco, and he makes that defender miss, getting those extra yards. And how about the Post Boys right now? They have a golden opportunity to take an early lead.
Great move by number 17 on that, John Pataco. Post Boys again. Carnevale back to pass, scanning the field wide open. Touchdown, and again, Pataco for the touchdown. And Jared, on the interception, that wasn't just turnover on downs. When you intercept a pass in the 7-on-7 challenge, one of the unique rules is you get 3 points. Just like kicking a field goal, which is pretty cool. So they were leading 10-0 here. Now Carnevale, he'll scan the field and wait for Pataco to work his way open. And they just can't stay with him on the crossing route. He leads them really well, working in the pocket. He's going to hope he has all that time when school ball starts because he throws a nice football. And now Post Boys, they lead 16-0 here with just under 21 minutes left to play. He'll go trips left. He'll have his one receiver, Christian Birch of Chaminade, to his right. He's looking at Birch. He's going to throw into the corner to Birch, who's open, and he makes the catch. Nice play. Man-to-man coverage, nothing like it. It's tough. You got to move your feet, stay square, and then turn with the receiver. And real good move by Birch to get open on that play. And watch Carnevale, just makes the catch. He doesn't try to fake anybody out on this. He locks in on his receiver immediately. Looks right to his right. The other 3 guys over there clear it out. And now look at his throw. The only one that can catch that pass is Birch. Well done by Carnevale. Post Boys, they lead 17-0 as Hudson Philbrick gets back in action. First down for Empire Storm. He pumps outside, now lofts it downfield. Nicely thrown ball. Caught by number 4, Mikal Dawson of Roosevelt. And Hudson Philbrick's got to start to get his team into the end zone here. This game will get away from them.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with, games are only 30 minutes. Every possession matters so much, especially now with the way that they're trailing. But that play right there from Philbrick, a tight window. He was able to fit that ball in, and that's exactly the types of throws that he'll need here down the stretch for the Empire Storm.
Hudson Philbrick, 2nd down and 3. He'll go on the out, really strong throw. Good move by number 7, and that looks like Rory McDermott of St. Anthony's with the move. Tough defense. A.J. Gentili of West Islip, Mark Davis of Longwood, Antonio Keehee, who had the interception earlier, of Hills East, Michael Ippolito on the Post Boys defense. Throwing a shootout. First 10 minutes. Pretty good.
Yeah, the Post Boys, they've looked really, really good. We talked about Antonio Keehee a few times. He had that pick earlier, and he has really showed out, especially in the first 2 pool games. He looked very impressive.
First down from the 16-yard line. Nice throw. And a better catch inside the 5-yard line by Rory McDermott. He seems to be Hudson Philbrick's first look. And they'll go 2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line, trailing 17-0. Post Boys just have it all going on offense. A big interception on defense by Antonio Keehee Jr. has them in the lead by 17.
Carnevale's really has made it look easy so far, and a lot of credit to those Post Boys receivers, being able to get open some of those throws. They've been wide open, matter of fact. The boys from Sayville have been great, and so is Pataco of Sachem East.
2nd down and goal from the 4. Empire Storm looking for their first touchdown. Hudson Philbrick throws back in the end zone. Great catch.
Back of the end zone.
Two-handed
And
grab.
it is a touchdown.
And a touchdown. And that looks like number 2, Maxwell Salura of Manhasset with the touchdown grab. Excellent catch along the back line of the end zone. You got to love that. Well thrown by Philbrick. He pumps once, waits, gives this guy a chance to get open, and then fires the ball to the back of the end zone. Well done. Again, very tough to cover guys for 5 seconds. You would agree with that, Jared? I've seen you in coverage on defense, and you're great at up to 4 seconds. And the 5th second, you're like, I can't cover this guy anymore.
It gets too challenging, especially when, you're trying to guard a guy like, Solaro just now, who's great. I mean, he's listed at 6'5", and he moves well. And, the receivers, they've been getting separation.
Philbrick goes into the back of the end zone again, tries to find McDermott for the extra point that sails over his head. Would have been a tough catch. And again, the defense does a nice job. When we come back, it's 17-6 Post Boys over the Empire Storm.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder, leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
They're looking like a machine right now.
Yeah, it's been interesting in that Carnevale has not thrown an incompletion through the first 2 possessions here in this semifinal of the National Football Foundation's quarterback challenge. He's been spot on. His receivers have been excellent. They've had one bobble but caught every pass. They're tough to stop, and Empire Storm needs a big stop right here. Carnevale, again, with the out wide open in the flat, Colin Darling of Sayville. And he seems to have a great connection with both Sayville receivers, Colin Darling and Tim Holohan. Holohan working his way out of the backfield. And just a really good throw on the money with zip. And let's see where they put the ball down. It looks like it's inside the 20, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 19-yard line. Again, for our viewers, you get 3 downs to advance the ball to the first down at the 20-yard line or to the end zone. So, Jared, what's interesting is you can start with the ball anywhere on the field. You got to get to the 20 for that first down. Down and distance sometimes does not matter. He's going deep. First deep ball, and just out of the reach. It looks like Tim Holohan, corner of the end zone. First incompletion after 11 consecutive completions here in this game.
It was quite the run for Carnevale, and that one is really close to his receiver's hands there, but just in and out of them. And now we have a 3rd down coming up, and as you see on the screen, that's Tyler Collins, the coach of the Post Boys, and you have to say, they've really drawn up some excellent plays. These quarterbacks hopped on Zoom calls 21 days prior to this event, getting dialed in, and Carnevale and Philbrick, they both have really looked the part.
2nd down, Carnevale looks out to Holohan, then goes across the middle. Nice catch in traffic. What a play. Antonio Keehee Jr. with the grab. Coming across the middle. Getting a little love on both sides of the football. He had the interception earlier, and now the big catch puts them right in scoring position inside the 5. First down and goal from the 5, it looks like.
Ball is on the 5.
I would guess Chaminade's going to throw the ball this year, right?
Yeah, I think they definitely will. They'll build off the momentum Carnevale had as a junior, but when you have a quarterback like this in his senior year, I definitely think that'll be the case.
Thrown across the middle of the ball is incomplete. Good defense by the Empire Storm. It'll bring up a 2nd down. Tough to stop a team 3 times inside the 5. And it looked to me like he wanted to go out to Holohan at first, looking to his left, and then came back across the middle on a crossing route. And the ball was swatted away from Keehee. Going to bring up a 2nd down and goal. Same thing, trips left. He's going to isolate one receiver on the other side, Gavin Cleary of Sean Wading River, and see if he goes on the out. Nope, he's on a cross outside, and they'll go inside. Don't know that he got into the end zone. It's probably 3rd down and goal, which is your last down.
Pass is caught.
Pass was caught, completed coming across the middle. Man, he's a big receiver, Colin Darling, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, because Gavin Cleary is tall. I want to say he's about 6'4", and Darling, not much shorter than Cleary. And let me tell you, Darling has looked fantastic throughout this event. Another snag for 4 and green. And now, biggest play of the game so far, right? 3rd and goal, you're up 17-6. They score here. It, very, very challenging to come back from that.
They need a big stop, does the Empire Storm. 3rd and goal. He's looking back in the end zone, looks cross, and the ball is not caught. It's in and out of the hands of Keehee. And the Empire Storm comes up with a big stop. It'll keep them in the game. And look at the defense. Great job. A bunch of crossing routes, guys getting in traffic. And Keehee can just barely get out of the way. There's a little hold in the end zone, but you do what you got to do, Jared.
No, absolutely.
A big stop for the defense. Well done, and now Hudson Philbrick will go back to work and try to cut this to a 1-score game. So your impression so far?
Yeah, listen, the Post Boys, outside of that possession where, they almost scored again. They just got stopped on, 3rd and goal. They have been real excellent so far. And also, not only the Post Boys offense, their defense has looked great.
Well, you think about it, they haven't really worked together to play defense together. And there has to be a lot of trust. Philbrick makes his first throw here on this drive from the 40. His pass is complete for a pickup of about 8 yards. And that looked like it was number 9, LaMarcus Parsons of Hempstead, with the 8-yard gain. And Philbrick needs to get to work here. And they're going to need another stop on defense. It's tough to come back in this game when it's such rapid fire.
I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he takes a shot to the end zone here, maybe get something going quick, because like you mentioned, you need that stop. Maybe an interception could end up helping you out, but a touchdown and a 2-point conversion most likely.
Philbrick at quarterback with LaMarcus Parsons to his left, and he's going deep, wide open in the end zone for a touchdown is Nick Schwabe of East Meadow. What a play, wide open down the middle of the field. And he's got that arm strength. That was like an easy throw for Hudson Philbrick, and that gets them to 17-12. Just look at this. Got a lot of time. He loads down the middle of the field. And what's the first thing your coaches are going to tell you? You want to be sure you're going to catch that ball, but hands. Don't let it get to your chest. Mm-hmm. He let that get to his chest. That bounces off his chest. He's all alone in the end zone. He's not going to be very happy.
No, you will not, and I'm sure the coaches would really let him hear it, but Schwabe able to handle it, though.
The hardest catch is the easiest catch.
Yep. I was going to say, all the pressure's on in those moments.
All by yourself.
Yeah, credit to him handling it.
Philbrick on a quick out. Nice catch. I love the hands on, and that had to be, what was that, number 9 again? Was that LaMarcus Parsons of Hempstead? What a catch. Great hands. Well, he pulls him within 17-13. Just let's watch that again. Philbrick with the snap. Looks down the middle a little bit, then just comes over and says, you know what? Fire that football. Nice catch. And when you can trust your receivers and they got hands like that, it's easy to make that throw. And Parsons doing a great job out of the backfield from Hempstead. So we got a game. 17-13, 9 minutes left. Running clock until there's a minute left, I believe. They need another stop. This is what it's all about. Play some defense, maybe get a turnover, but Carnevale's been spot on. That last drive stalled at the 2-yard line, so he'll get back to work here. Trips to his right, and here we go. Post Boys on offense. He's looking down the middle, and he's going deep. Long throw, battle in the end zone, and what a catch, and a hand fight in the end zone. We just said that earlier. Wow. You got to love that touchdown catch and that throw. He's right, spot on the money. Great jump and catch by Christian Birch of Chaminade and their teammates. So we're going to see a lot of that this year.
Yeah, I was going to say, Coach Tom Claro has to be smiling right now after this connection. What a throw by Carnevale, but Birch able to win that one-on-one battle in the end zone. The hands and the power from him able to make sure that it's his football. Just fantastic stuff from Birch.
Goes up and over the defender. It was great coverage. He was right in his back pocket. He was right there. Just made a sensational catch on a tremendous throw. Well, it's 24-13 Post Boys ahead of the Empire Storm. It's been exciting. We've seen some unbelievable catches, great athletes, and guys getting their game on in front of college recruiters and in front of their peers before the school season starts, and practice is pretty much less than a month away. And everybody's in the weight room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and each quarterback that I've talked to today, they're all just so excited to play with, the best of the best here on the island. Back in the end zone for the extra point. Carnivale is right on. So they'll take a 25-13 lead. Carnivale with the extra point throw in the back of the end zone. Caught by number 14, Dylan Milio of Massapequa. Ooh, Massapequa. That brings up the Massapequa Garden City football game of Week 3, September 26th. Don't miss that. That's going to be a great football game between two phenomenal programs. Both of them are putting their winning streaks on the line early in the season as Phil Brick goes back to work. And he's looking deep. Does not get the ball off on time. It'll probably be a loss of down with great coverage all over the field.
Second down.
So it'll be second down and 20. That's great coverage, man. 5 seconds, and you can't get a pass off because everybody is tightly covered. Smart to eat the ball there, not make a mistake, and force a pass. On the out, nice throw, nice catch by Rory McDermott of St. Anthony's. It's a big game. It'll be third down and about 5. And again, for our viewers, it's 3 downs to get to the 20-yard line for a first down. And then once inside the 20, you have 3 downs to get into the end zone. Well, giving them the ball at the 21, it looks like. It was closer than we thought. So it'll be third down and 1. Quick out. Caught down the sideline. Nice play to LaMarcus Parsons out of the backfield. They'll have first down and goal at about the 6-yard line. Just a quick little out, just a little flare. Get out of the backfield, make the catch, and take it up the sideline. I like him. He's a good player, Parsons.
Yeah, I was going to say the reliability that he's, brought to this Empire Storm offense so far has been huge, right? Because, Philbrick, he's made some amazing throws, but he also knows when to check down and go to those shorter passes, and Parsons has been there each step of the way.
He didn't have really any receptions for yardage last year, but he did rush 90 times for 9 touchdowns. He's going to be a player this year.
Yeah, absolutely. He definitely had some flashes.
He didn't get it off in time. Again, great coverage, and Parsons was clearing in front on the crossing pattern and stopped and sat in the zone, and there was double coverage, one on each side of him. You can't make that throw. It's too dangerous. So Philbrick chose to hold on to the ball. Great stop by the defense. That's twice on this drive that the defense was able to shut it down and not allow a completed pass or even to get a pass off. You got to love that. You're watching the guys covering the end zone, and they're moving well. And they have good communication. So we go second down and goal from the 5. Empire Storm trailing 25-13. They need a score. Quick out again. And a touchdown. Again, LaMarcus Parsons, that play works. Why not do it every time? You do it until it doesn't work. That draws the Empire Storm within 25-19. Again, just Philbrick checking everything in front of him, looking to his right, make a quick throw, and he out. And again, great hands by Parsons, and he's not touched before he crosses the goal line. Touchdown, Empire Storm. 25-19. Do you go for 2 here or no? You just go for 1 because you'd be within 5.
Yeah, I guess because the interception doesn't end up tying the game here. Maybe you go for 1, but we'll see what they elect to do. Because it looks like they're lined up for 2.
Empire Storm They are going from the 10, so they are going for 2. Remember, if you score from the 10-yard line, it's a 2-point conversion. And a quick out, and the receiver fell down, so to go incomplete again. Really good coverage in the end zone by the Post Boys defense, and they will take a 25-19 lead, getting back on offense. When we come back, the final 2.5 minutes, the National Football Foundation's 7-on-7 quarterback challenge.
Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. Half pipe, leave you full of pain? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle, so you can feel better faster.
Well, it comes down to defense. 1:40 left here, Jared. 25-19. The Post Boys lead. Sean Carnevale in control, has had a terrific game. He's taking orders from the sideline, running that clock. It'll run down, running clock till 1 minute, and then it's a stopped clock. Quick out, wide open. Number 8, Timmy Holohan out of the backfield. And why change what works, right? When you look at Holohan and what he's produced, you know, as one of the guys in the Golden Flashes, you know, he rushed for just under 1,000 yards last year and 11 touchdowns on an offense that averaged over 40 points a game. And he's coming back this year. And they dropped into Division 4 in Suffolk County. That's scary.
Yeah, it really is. And Holohan, he's just going to be a junior, Greg. He's just getting started. So I'm, really excited to see what he brings. And so same with Colin Darling.
A little out. Tag made immediately by number 4, Mikal Dawson of Roosevelt. But again, they cannot cover those quick outs. Tough to cover them as the clock runs. First down and goal from the 19. He does not have to run another play unless there's a timeout. 20 seconds remaining. First down and goal. Sean Carnevale back to pass. He's looking middle. And he dumps it again. Ooh. And he goes down hard on the touch, Timmy Holohan.
Timothy Holohan with the catch.
That might be it. That might be your final completion of the game. Post Boys, they come away with a 25-19 win over the Empire Storm. And Jared, your thoughts on the game? It was all came down to that one big defensive stop by the Post Boys, gave them the big lead, and Empire Storm couldn't come back.
Yeah, when it's timed games like this in just 30 minutes, if you get out to an early lead, it's huge. And that's exactly what the Post Boys were able to do. And here at this quarterback challenge, Sean Carnevale, another impressive performance. I mean, him and Hudson Philbrick were both great in this game, but I think that start from Carnevale, what was it, 10 for 10, Greg?
He started the game 10 in a row. Pretty amazing. So you look at the offense, they're as good as it gets. I mean, and I was looking at my notes. John Pataco, he was big early on. Tim Holohan, the entire game was amazing, and his teammate at Sable, Colin Darling. It was a team effort, but the glue is Sean Carnevale of Chaminade, and he's special. He's one of the better quarterbacks you're going to see this season. You better be on my list, top 10 quarterbacks, right?
Yeah, Carnevale. I mean, listen, he was really impressive, and I liked him his junior season, but after seeing him this summer and especially seeing him here today on this big stage, he's really caught a lot of people's attention.
When Len Genova told me that he had 2 of the 4 quarterbacks within the Catholic League, I was a little surprised, but not surprised after watching everybody today in today's action. Those are 4 of the best quarterbacks on Long Island that we're watching today, and it's fun to see. Our next game will be Gold Coast Guardians and the Island Legends. And again, it should be a great matchup of 2 outstanding quarterbacks. When we come back, again, the final score in our first semifinal was Post Boys 25, Empire Storm 19. We'll be back. Jared Veluzzi and Greg Sarah.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder, leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
All right, Jared, we're getting set for our second semifinal here at Northport High School, the National Football Foundation's 7-on-7 quarterback challenge. And this game features the Gold Coast Guardians and quarterback Anthony Diesso of St. Anthony's and the Island Legends and quarterback Mikey Russo of Lindenhurst. Should we expect somewhat similar game where the quarterbacks like to throw underneath the coverage, crossing routes, and that nature?
Yeah, I mean, I think with DSO, he definitely showed that in the first two pool play games. But similar to what I said before, both of these quarterbacks showed the ability to really mix it up here.
First throw by DSO is caught. Running out of bounds. A real nice throw on the deep out at that, a 15-yard gain. As Gold Coast Guardians and coaches Matt Ali and James Rupp, they work left to right here at Northport High School as they get the play from the coaches. Quarterback Anthony Diesso had a terrific first two games, St. Anthony's QB this season. And he is working with trips to his right, and he goes out for a first down. It'll be first and goal from the 19-yard line, and we apologize to our viewers. The jerseys of the Gold Coast Guardians, the numbers are very difficult to read. We'll do our best to recognize the players that are out in the field. Jared's got the young set of eyes, so I'm going to rely on him.
Yeah, I'll do my best here. The goal number's definitely a little bit tough, but yeah, we will definitely try our hardest here at Northport.
Diesso with a wide open receiver back in the end zone, and that looked like who? We're going to have fun with that. All right, Levi Felix of Paul Washington, who had a terrific year last year for the Vikings. He works his way wide open in the back of the end zone for the first score of this semifinal.
Yeah, Felix was excellent. I mean, he's coming off of a Pizzarelli Award winning season at Port Washington. Being able to do that as a junior was so impressive. And that one, definitely one of the easier catches he's had so far in his high school career.
Again, but the easy ones are the hard ones.
The hard ones, you're right. We did mention that, so he's able to still make those ones look easy.
Diesso scans the field again, back of the end zone, intercepted. In the back of the end zone by Elijah Brito of Hicksville. Nice INT. Excellent play. Stops the one-point conversion try. And Gold Coast Guardians leads 6-0. And we watch DSO. He'll get the snap. He'll look to his right, glances right, sets his feet. Now looks back to the middle, waiting. And then just lost it. Thinks his receiver's wide open, and Brito set him up. He was waiting on the other side of the end zone and jumped the pass. Nice interception.
Yeah, great anticipation from Burrito and able to step in front of that and make a play.
Mikey Russo of Lindenhurst back to pass. He throws over the middle. Caught and immediately tagged by Brandon B.J. Hunter of St. John the Baptist. A pickup of about 6-7 yards. It'll be second down. What a day here at Northport High School. Huh, Jared? It's beautiful out.
Yeah, I have to say, I mean, the NFF must be thrilled with it not being too hot. We got a nice breeze, and everyone's enjoying it. The music's playing out here. I mean, the uniforms are incredible. Definitely lucked out here.
Mikey Russo, quarterback from Lindenhurst, back to pass. And he's looking deep. He sets his feet, throws across the middle again. And the ball's underthrown. It'll be, you know what? It's third down and a long 13. The intended receiver was number 12, Reynaldo R.J. Peters of Half Hollow Hills East. Wow, we got a lot of nicknames in this game. We got BJ, RJ, JP. What's up with that? Would you be JV?
I think I would.
You couldn't be JV.
I think I would, but it would be kind of tough because it'd be like, oh, so you belong on the JV, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's what happened to John Valenti his whole career. He was JV, and they thought it meant junior varsity. one of the great writers at Newsday, and he's taken a long time, and they gave him an opportunity to make the throw. What an outstanding catch by number 8, Michael Genovese of Chaminade. And that'll be first down and goal for the Island Legends.
Wow, another Chaminade kid making a big-time play there. That time it's Genovese, who has been on the varsity since his sophomore year, and also good throw from Russo, able to get that out in time and get the first down. And that was huge. We talked about how important quick starts are in this format, and the Island Legends continuing this drive.
Mikey Russo with twins to both sides. Number 13 in the backfield, and again, incomplete pass. A flag on the play. There was a hold as one of the receivers for Russo was crossing the field, Jackson Carney of East Hampton, and the official flagged it for a hold. It'll be first down and goal from about the 9-yard line, maybe the 8. You don't see a lot of penalties here, but I guess if a receiver gets away from you on a cross, you got to tug on that jersey, otherwise it's an easy completion.
Yeah, and I think that was the case there, and especially against some of these receivers in the Island Legends in the pool play. Two guys that really stuck out to me. Jackson Carney of East Hampton, who I think is going to have a much expanded role this season. Very fast, and R.J. Peters of Half Hollow Hills East. His first step, very impressive.
Trips left. Russo looks right and overthrows his intended receiver. It'll be second down and goal. Looked like he was trying to hook up with Nick Simone of West Hampton Beach. It'll bring up second down and goal. Gold Coast Guardians leading 6-0 here in the very early minutes of the second semifinal here at the National Football Foundation's 7-on-7 quarterback challenge. Mikey Russo trying to get Island Legends on the board, possibly take the lead, has second down and goal from the 8. And a throw to the back of the end zone. Nice touch on the throw and nice catch in the corner of the end zone. Well done on the fade. It'll get Island Legends on the board. First touchdown. It looked like it was that Ronaldo R.J. Peters, number 12, in that corner of that end zone?
Yeah, it was Peters. He was able to haul it in, and like you mentioned, I mean, smooth throw from Mikey Russo, and Peters able to do the rest, hauling it in, and a big-time TD for the Island Legends, and now an even more important conversion coming up.
Island Legends going for 1.
They're going to try to take the lead. Russo crossing pattern, nice play on defense. Ball stripped on the intended receiver, Nick Simone of West Hampton Beach, and we're tied at 6. Pass, his throw right on target, but great defensive play by the Gold Coast Guardians. Check out the Gold Coast Guardian roster, led by number 1, Anthony Diesso of St. Anthony's. And Jared, this is one of the teams, when you looked at the roster, you were really impressed.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of talent. Dylan Parker of Oceanside is really good, and also Gio Johnson of Longwood has impressed.
Big throw down the field as the Gold Coast Guardians take over, and they start to work. The SO works down the middle of the field, wide open for a first down. And they'll be inside the 20-yard line. First and goal from the 15. You got to love it when you have those tall receivers. He was wide open, just a busted coverage there down the middle of the field. Ball caught by Jax Prokop of Centereach. Down the middle of the field, wide open again. Touchdown. Outstanding throw. 2 plays and a touchdown. Talk about efficiency, huh, Jared?
Yeah, and how about Levi Felix coming down with that one? We'll take another look at it here as Diesso dropping back. He looked to his right initially before firing over the middle to Felix. Plenty of room, and he's able to hold that one in towards the back of the end zone.
Felix was the wide receiver of the year in Nassau County in 2025. Expect him to have a huge year again this year. Paul Washington had a terrific season as a whole. And here we go. Looking for the 1 point extra point. They'll start from the 5-yard line. Diesso back to pass, fires over the middle. A nice catch. Really nice play. And look like Jax Prokop of Center Reach with the extra point catch. And they take a 13-6 lead. And Jared, how about the arm strength here? Forcing it into a small window right here. Nice throw and great coverage. Just can't pop the ball out. Prokop, once he gets his hands on strong hands, he holds on for the extra point. And now Gold Coast Guardians, they lead 13-6, 20 minutes left here in the National Football Foundation 7-on-7 quarterback challenge. Winner of this game will move on to the finals, the championship game against Post Boys. Mikey Russo with a quick out. He finds Jackson Carney, works his way down the far sideline for a completion. Jackson Carney of East Hampton. A lot of guys from out east, huh, Jared?
Yeah, it's honestly pretty awesome. Like, I was actually talking with Tyler Collins about it. He goes, we have players from East Hampton all the way to Sewanaka. It's going all over the island here, and they're all, playing together, showing out, and it's been amazing competition here at Northport.
Island-wide event right in the middle of Long Island in Northport High School and the North Shore. Beautiful complex. I know the National Football Foundation was very grateful to Athletic Director Mark D'Antuono of Northport and his staff. Long pass right on the money. And Diesso's pass is knocked away. No, I'm sorry. That was Mikey Russo's pass. Knocked away in the end zone. Great coverage.
Yeah, I mean, it had to be great coverage, right? Because Russo makes an excellent throw, and his reaction told it all. But, I mean, this one right to his receiver, but the defense all over it there, and the Gold Coast Guardians dodged a bullet.
Smacking that right arm away when he was trying to make the catch. Couldn't hold on to the football with both hands. And it was a really nice pass, well thrown, only where his receiver could make the catch. Mikey Russo of Lindenhurst back to pass. Big throw here, number 3 wide open. He goes deep in the end zone for an incomplete pass, and he had a wide open Jackson Carney for the first down. And they'll change it up now. Gold Coast will take over on downs back at the 40-yard line. Jared, good defense again.
Yeah, it was great stuff there from the Guardians. I mean, the secondary on point. And you mentioned it earlier, it's tough because you don't play with these guys usually defensively. It's tough for communication purposes, but that looked pretty smooth. Now you give your offense an opportunity to score, go ahead by 2 possessions, and that one could really, put the Island Legends on their heels.
Great defense by Sada Bead of Sayville, and you got to look at that team out there and say to yourself, that's some tremendous defense. Miles Varley of Babylon. And a big cross, Gold Coast Guardians. I mean, Anthony Diesso getting right back to work, finding his receiver across the middle for a pickup of 15.
And Diesso, I mean, once again does a great job navigating and able to find his wide out, looking like that's Travis Gibbs there.
Pass into the flat, caught. Good move as he works his way downfield. Jonas Owens of Half Hollow Hills East with the catch and the run for a first down. It'll be first and goal at the 16-yard line.
Yeah, it was a great play from Owens, and he's made a couple plays, in the open field, able to avoid defenders. He gets a couple extra yards there, and that sets up the Gold Coast Guardians, inside the 20-yard line as they're driving, looking to potentially take a 2-possession lead in this one.
The SO back to pass, scans the field, great coverage everywhere. He throws it on the out. Intended for Giovanni Johnson of Longwood.
Johnson, coverage by number 10, Jamal Jackson.
Catchable pass, goes through his hands, and bring up second down and goal. Got to remember, these guys haven't had any practice. They really haven't been together. So it's all new for the receivers. Some don't get the same velocity on the passes at their high schools that they do from these quarterbacks. And the SO's got a cannon. Second down and goal. A little crisscross to the out. Pass is completed. It'll be third and goal from the 10. Cuts it in half. And they have a shot to score here. This could be a big stop
Number 11, Justin Bono.
for
On the coverage.
the Island Legends.
It
This is a
is third down.
big down. Both teams. Gold Coast can go up 2 scores.
From the
Well, if
10.
we get a stop here, it gives Island Legends an opportunity. Coaches Jim McDermott and Eric Meese an opportunity to take the lead. The SO's back to pass trips right, get a corner route and a tackle in the end zone.
And it's caught in the end zone.
Sometimes you wonder, I'm sure he didn't mean it, but Luke Unbazat, Sachem North, gets beat on the out pattern, and if you know the name Unverzat, there's a lot of pride. His dad was one of the greatest high school football players in Long Island history, Eric Unverzat of Central Islip High School. The SO scanned the field. He gets a little crisscross there on the left and gets a wide open receiver, and Unverzat's not happy with that.
And have to give credit to, it looked like Giovanni Johnson there of Longwood. He had 4 touchdown receptions when it came to, the pool play games, and this time he hauls it in.
They're going to go for 2. Same play. Same play.
2-point conversion is good.
Unverzat gives it a little pop again. And Johnson turns around. He's like, no, we don't do that. This is touch football, not tackle. All right. Gold Coast Guardians. They lead 21-6. We come back. We have 13 minutes left. See if Island Legends can come back.
Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. Half pipe, leave you full of pain? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle, so you can feel better faster.
We're back at Northport High School. 21-6, Gold Coast Guardians. They lead the Island Legends. 12.5 minutes left. Mikey Rousseau from Lindenhurst back to pass. He's looking across the middle. Nice touch. Pickup of about 17. Pass complete to Ronaldo R.J. Peters from Hills East. What do you think of that, Jared? He was looking deep, no one opened deep, and then he came underneath.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was thinking about that one long downfield. Besides to go to Peters, who really has been a great option for him throughout the afternoon.
Island Legends looking to cut this to a 1-score game. They turned the ball over on downs in their last possession. Great defense by the Gold Coast Guardians. And Russo back to work, and he's going to go deep, and he's got his man touchdown. Really nice throw, corner of the end zone. He finds number 3, Jackson Carney of East Hampton High School. Jackson Carney had to drive approximately 90 miles to get to this football game, but it's worth his while. He looks outstanding again. Mikey Russo, nice touch on the throw into the end zone. Places it right in Jackson Carney's lap. Touchdown, Island Legends. They now trail 21-12. A It looks like they'll go for 2 to cut it to 7. They need this, Jared. If they do not get this, they're in trouble.
Yeah, huge conversion coming up. And also that throw from Russo before for the touchdown. I think that was the same play before that was just out of the hands of Carney. This time they connect, and now enormous two-point conversion.
Russo back to pass. He's looking in the same corner. Strong pass. Oh, did he get his foot in? Yes, he did. Outstanding athleticism. What a catch. Corner of the end zone. 2-point conversion. R.J. Peters with an acrobatic catch. We'll take a look at that again. Russo for the 2-point conversion. Sets up, lofts the ball into the corner. Watch Peters get up and get it. Watch the toe tap. Catch, tap. Wow. Outstanding catch. Corner of the end zone. And the Island Legends, they draw within 7. Gold Coast Guardians lead 21-14 with a little over 10 minutes left here in the second semifinal of the National Football Foundation's 7-on-7 quarterback challenge. Jared, what'd you think?
Oh, Greg, I mean, that's the play the Island Legends needed, and man, did Peters deliver. One of the best catches of the day.
Oh, yeah, legendary catch. And look at this throw. What touch. And he picked it off. Took it away from the receiver. Stripped. A perfect throw by DSO. And somehow, on the way down in the coverage, the ball is stripped for an interception and 3 points. And that brings them within 21-17. And we're going to tell you, well, look at this play. That is a completion until Ryan Soto of Hills East says, oh no, that's my football. Jared, we have a game. I thought this was going to be a blowout with the Gold Coast Guardians taking a 21-6 lead, and now it's 21-17, and the Island Legends, they have possession.
Yeah, Greg, you have to love it. I mean, in 7-on-7 in this format, big plays can happen so quickly. You get a touchdown from Peters. Now this time, the interception, and all of a sudden, the Island Legends are in business.
Russo goes over the middle to Michael Genovese of Chaminade. Short pickup, maybe about 7 yards. And they'll go second down from the 33-yard line. That's turned into quite the game, huh?
Yeah, it really has. I mean, it looked like the Gold Coast Guardians were going to run away with it for a minute there. But, I mean, these playmakers for the Island Legends showing, hey, we're not going anywhere. And now they have an opportunity with, 8 minutes and 27 seconds left here to potentially take a lead.
Russo with one back in the backfield, twins both sides, and he goes on the out, and that's almost picked off. Almost an outstanding play on defense. It looks like number 5, G.J. Cook of John Glenn, almost jumped that route. Now it's tough. Third down and 13. You only get 3 downs to get the first down. So Mikey Russo's got to come up with some magic, and he's lucky that wasn't picked. And if the ball was thrown with a little more zip, probably a touchdown, because Cook jumped the route, took a chance, almost made the play, dropped the interception. But had he missed that, receiver was wide open with nobody between him and the end zone. All wide open landscape. So now this could be the biggest play of the game, Jared. And he's going deep, and it's a touchdown. Wow! Number 12, R.J. Peters with the touchdown. And the Island Legends, they take a 23-21 lead with 7:15 remaining. Jared, what a turnaround.
I mean, it has been sensational. It was 21-6, but the Island Legends with a comeback that most people wouldn't believe. How about Mikey Russo? He says, I want it all on this one. And guess who it is, Greg? R.J. Peters once again. Another touchdown for him. This one coming at a clutch time, and the Island Legends lead 23-21.
R.J. Peters getting behind the secondary. I mean, we know how quick he is, but he is wide open by 7 or 8 yards and just has to concentrate and make the catch. Like we've said earlier, the hardest catches are the easiest ones because there's nobody around contesting the ball. You got to stay focused and make the play. And Peters does, and now they lead 23-21. They're going for 2 again. And he goes on the out. And the ball's tipped away. Great defensive play. Intended in the corner of the end zone. It looked like Jackson Carney on the out, but an outstanding defensive play. And what do you see here, Jared?
Yeah, Russo navigating, and it's a good idea. He throws to the corner, but looked like a little bit underthrown, and some great coverage there, as I believe that might have been Levi Felix or Jake Coleman.
And they come off the field. What an outstanding play in the back of the end zone, saving a 2-point try. And now DSO takes control of the football, drops back, fires on the out. He's got a wide open receiver on the out. And they'll pick up 14 yards on the first down play.
That brings up second down.
Everybody fired up in this game. This is really good. I mean, you got to love it when the game's tight. Jax Prokop of center reach with another big catch, his 5th of the game. Second down and 5, another quick out to Saad Abid of Sayville.
Pass is caught by Owens for a...
No, it looked like it was Owens, number 3. Sorry, it's number 3, not number 2. Owens of Hills East.
A couple catches for Owens here so far. And DSO driving the Gold Coast Guardian downfield here in a hurry, already inside the 20-yard line, the ball spot.
Yeah, he's being smart, keeping the ball short and sweet. Great arm strength. And he's going to throw it in the corner of the end zone, wide open. What a throw.
Pass is caught for a touchdown, Guardians.
Look like Jax Prokop again, but we'll get a number.
Prokop.
Yep, Center Reach High School. He's a stud, wide open, great route runner. Did a little jab step, faked inside to the post corner. Favorite quarterback play, when you get a guy you can pump that middle, or you can look middle and then go to the outside. You just need that separation. Nice toe tap with the right foot. Love it. You know what I love about these games, Jared? These are guys that you don't necessarily get the opportunity to cover during the season because the programs might not be at the same level of the better programs that we go out and cover. But early in the season, this gives us an opportunity to see guys like Prokop, who just caught the 2-point conversion on top of the touchdown. He's a weapon, and if Center Reach has a great quarterback, they're going to be dangerous.
Yeah, he really is, and I mean, you see it there, another terrific catch from Prokop, a huge addition for Center Reach, because not only is he going to be able to make catches like that, you see the size that Prokop has, he's going to be a great blocker as well.
Yeah, 29-23, Gold Coast Guardians. He looks gassed. It's hot out, but it's, you know what? There's a nice breeze. It's a beautiful summer day. How can you not love this?
12!
Mikey Russo back to pass, looks short, then he goes over the middle, wide open. It's number 3. Jackson Carney is having himself a day.
Number 3, Jackson Carney.
First down and goal at the 20-yard line. Just over 2:40 remaining. And Jared, this is going to come down to the wire.
Yeah, it certainly feels like that. It might be like who has the ball last kind of situation with how these quarterbacks are playing and these receivers.
And
so
yeah, you got to work the clock. You got to be smart here. You got to manufacture the time. If you don't do the right thing and give them the ball back too quickly, you know Anthony Diesel will drive them down the field once again.
Absolutely.
Russo back to pass. He's going out. That time's going to run out on him. Time ran out. Smart. 8th of football. Great defense by the Gold Coast Guardians. It'll bring up second down and goal. You know, sometimes it's smart when a quarterback makes a conscious decision and just hold the football. You're not going to have that much time in a regular football game anyways. You're going to have guys bearing down on you, hands in the air, looking to take you out. You know, here it's a little more relaxed. You get an open look at the defense and the coverages, and when people are clearing and getting themselves open or getting some good separation. But still, it says they got a 3 count, but those 3 counts are like 5 seconds. Mikey Russo needs to pick up at least 10 yards here and cut it in half to the end zone. He's looking out, again, wide open down the middle. He's got it. Oh! Ball is dropped by Michael Genovese of Chaminade at the 2-yard line. Really nice throw. Took a good shove as he received the football, which may have helped knock it loose. But now it's 3rd down and goal. They need to score here or turn it over on downs. And you know the defense is going to be covering both sides of the end zone, looking post corner on both sides. Let's see what the coach draws up here. They're going to have 2 guys deep in the end zone. Smart move here would be to go down the middle of the field and run 2 guys into the corner, 1 in each corner, split those defenders. But you got to get some zip on the football. And he's going corner of the end zone, out of play, incomplete. And it'll turn over on down. So the Gold Coast Guardians, they hold on down to the 29-23 lead and 30 seconds remaining. And that's pretty much going to do it in this football game. They'll be able to run out the clock as they are not playing stop time in under a minute in this format. Congratulations to the Gold Coast Guardians on a terrific football game over the Island Legends. A lot of terrific plays on both sides of the ball. Jared, fun game.
Yeah, I mean, it was very, very entertaining. Some incredible catches, some great defensive plays, amazing throws, and it was very fun.
And they'll line up for the handshake. Again, the final score, Gold Coast Guardians 29, the Island Legends 23. They will move on into the championship game against Post Boys when we come back at Northport High School.
Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. Half pipe, leave you full of pain? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle, so you can feel better, faster.
And we're back at Northport High School, the National Football Foundation's 7-on-7 Quarterback Challenge. I'm Greg Sarah of Newsday, along with Jared Veluzzi of Newsday. And Jared, we've had some outstanding games. Our finals will be the Gold Coast Guardians in white and the Post Boys in green. And we're set in the championship game. 2 great semifinal games. Jared, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far, and the quarterbacks have really lived up to the hype, right? Because they're, of course, 4 of the best on Long Island, and they have made a lot of amazing throws and some fantastic catches from these wideouts.
Gold Coast Guardians will put the ball in play with Anthony Diesso at quarterback. His first pass is an out. And again, just like we saw in the semifinals, tremendous job by Jax Prokop of Center Reach High School. He hauls in the first completion, not surprised.
Yeah, he was incredible in that last game, and if people missed it, I mean, he caught some tough passes in traffic, able to hold those in, and I mean, Center Reach has a really good player on their hands.
2nd down and 5 from the 25-yard line. Diesso of St. Anthony's, back to pass, trips to his left. He's looking right, no one open, throws a short cross. Again, middle of the field, good moves and good speed. And he's going to take it around the edge for a first down. He gets inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, and that's Levi Felix.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, Levi Felix, he was great in that last semifinal game. He had a touchdown reception. We saw his hands earlier. We see them again, but it's all about the speed and the agility from Felix here. Look at this. He's able to haul this in, but then you see the open field moves. He stops on a dime and then jukes past another defender untouched there, able to get a ton of yards afterwards.
No blocking allowed. It's all free running and free space. First down and goal. And Diesso on the out, and it's going to be intercepted or incomplete. Nope, he's got it. What a catch. And Diesso, maybe miscommunication with his wide receiver. Thought his receiver was going to cut in front of the defender, instead went behind the defender, and the ball is intercepted by Antonio Keehee. 2nd game in a row that Keehee Jr. has made an impressive interception from Half Hollow Hills East.
And Diesso, he pumped there, but it did look like a miscommunication, Greg. You're right. And Colin Darling with the INT from Sayville. And we saw Darling, what he did on offense last game. This time he does it defensively. But, I mean, him and Keehee have been a great duo for this Post Boys team.
My apologies. I thought it was Keehee, but it was indeed Darling. What a great diving interception. Now Post Boys goes on offense. A little stumble coming across the middle of the field was the intended wide receiver, number 17, John Patako, again from Sachem East. He had a terrific semifinal game, Jared.
Yeah, Patako was tremendous. He was able to, make some catches in traffic and also show off his athleticism in the open field. But going into this one for the Post Boys, a huge interception because for the viewers, if you're just tuning into this championship game, INTs are 3 points. So a very nice start for the Post Boys, for Sean Carnevale's crew, and what a performance he had in the semifinals, Greg.
Yeah, Sean Carnevale completing his first 10 passes in the semifinals. He was terrific in that semifinal win. And he just looks like he's got it going on. Great communication with his receivers as he throws a short out to number 11, Jake Kramer of West Islip High School. He'll get down to around the 30, inside the 30-yard line to 28. It'll be 3rd down and 8. And again, you get 3 downs to get a first down. You got to get the first down at the 20-yard line. And then from that point, Jared, you get 3 downs to try to score a touchdown from the 20-yard line and in. An interception is a 3-point play for the defense. 3rd down and 8. Quick out. Did he get there? Referee says yes, he did. 1st down by about a foot. Nice play by Jake Kramer again on the out. Take what they give you is Sean Carnevale's way. He will eat you up on the short passing routes. He has been very accurate. He's got a very strong arm, throws a tight spiral, and here we see very, very close to stopping him before he gets to the yard marker at the 20-yard line. But it'll be 1st and goal right at the 20. Carnevale working left to right. He's looking down the middle, throws down the middle. Nice catch, 2-yard line. Number 13, Nick Mastriano, formerly of Connecticut High School, has transferred to St. John the Baptist High School, one of the better athletes on Long Island. A huge pickup for the Cougars at St. John the Baptist.
Yeah, great catch from Mastriano as the Post Boys in business. Carnevale again with another completion. And yeah, Mastriano, I mean, tremendous get for the Cougars. And Jake Kramer, by the way, those 2 receptions before, he's been excellent for them. He actually almost had 200 yards receiving, and of course he had over 800 yards rushing last season for the Lions. Kramer did.
The running back is Kramer to the left of the quarterback. Sean Carnevale throws a quick out to Kramer for the touchdown. And Post Boys go up 9-0. Quick hit, just effortless. He just puts the ball right on the money, perfect spot. Kramer, great hands, and they have a 2-score lead. Just watch him come out of the backfield, not picked up. The linebacker can't get through the traffic, and he's too late to make the play. Touchdown, Jake Kramer of West Islip. They'll go for 1 to extend the lead to 10. Again, he'll have Kramer in the backfield, this time to his right. Twins both sides. Carnevale, quick hit down the middle. Got him. 17. John Patako, who's been outstanding, of Sachem East. Post Boys, they lead 10-0. Here at Northport High School in the National Football Foundation 7-on-7 Quarterback Challenge. We'll be back.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder, leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
We're back at Northport High School. Post Boys, they lead 10-0 here at the National Football Foundation 7-on-7 Quarterback Challenge. I'm Greg Sarah, along with Jared Veluzzi. Jared, Post Boys have looked really good throughout the entire day.
Yeah, they've looked like a machine, and they got that interception to start the game, and then Sean Carnevale did his thing driving downfield. Those short routes were excellent by Jay Kramer. He found Kramer 3 times, including the last touchdown that was scored, and the Post Boys up 10-0. We'll see if their defense has another stop in them, but it's going to be tough with Anthony DiEsso leading the Gold Coast Guardians.
Colin Darling for the Post Boys defense had a big interception on the last drive, but Anthony DiEsso of St. Anthony's gets the Gold Coast Guardians off on the right foot. The first play, 9-yard gain, 2nd down and 11. They need a score here. DiEsso's got a wide open receiver down the middle of the field, and number 12, Peter Malone of West Isaac, did not see him, but he did complete the pass on the out. You see that he ran free down the middle of the field. It did Malone, but he chose to go to the out, get the first down, and it'll be 1st and goal from the 16-yard line. Sometimes you locked in on that first down and you're not looking down the field, but DiEsso's been really good today, and he's going to look at the film on this one and say, wow, I missed that one, wide open. Would have been Jax Prokop of Center Reach. Jax Prokop of Center Reach running free, and that'll be too long to get rid of the pass. Nobody was open. Great defense again. Jared, I think you would agree, the best defense today that we've seen throughout the day, through all of the games, was the Post Boys defense.
Yeah, it'd have to be, with Antonio Keehee doing his thing in the secondary, and as well as Colin Darling. They both have looked really good for the Post Boys, and it's so impressive that, they don't play together. This is an all-star event, right? And it looks like, they're on the same page, and it's making it much, more difficult for these opposing offenses.
2nd down and goal from the 10. DiEsso back to pass. He's looking deep in the end zone. He overthrows. It looked like Jax Prokop of Center Reach. They've hooked up quite a few times today. That one just a little bit too strong. He's got a prevailing wind at his back. We saw that earlier with some of the throws sailing over receivers' heads in the back of the end zone, but we've also seen some great catches in the back of the end zone. This is a tough play right here. They got to get this one in the end zone.
Yeah, I was going to say it's 3rd and goal, and with the situation that Gold Coast is in and how good the Post Boys offense has showed so far, this is an enormous play with 25 minutes remaining here. The Guardians looking to get in the end zone.
DiEsso back to pass. He's looking down the middle. No one open, so he's going to go short. You're going to see if they can outrun the defense. It's not going to happen. Levi Felix picks up about 7 yards, and they'll turn the ball over on downs. And again, that Post Boys defense doing a fantastic job. It's funny. You watch that defense and what they're pulling off and what they're doing, and you have to be impressed. Think about it. They've never practiced together, but they're moving all in the right direction. Covering receivers, passing receivers off to each other, communicating well, talking, and just doing an outstanding job of making it very hard to score. And this offense, the Gold Coast offense, is very strong, and they're finding it difficult to move the ball downfield.
Yeah, that last game, the Guardians, they're having their way, against the Island Legends, but the Post Boys, they're flying to the football. Great job from Keehee getting that touch on Felix and forcing a turnover on downs.
One of the few missed throws by Sean Carnevale, threw it behind the intended receiver, Nofal Latif of Hewlett, who was on the cross coming left to right, wide open. He had a lot of room to run, but the ball was thrown behind him, so they'll be working 2nd down and 20 at the 40-yard line. What do you think, Jared? Do you think they stay with the crossing route, stay short again here, try to cut the distance between the 40 and the 20 in half?
Yeah, it really has been their bread and butter so far, and something that Carnevale has excelled in, and especially when you have a running back like Kramer and these reliable wideouts. If it's not broke, I'm not sure if they'll fix it.
He's going deep, and the ball is incomplete. A lot of hand fighting, a little bit of a push, but you do what you need to do to try to make the catch. Ball was on target, but it'll be 3rd down from the 40, and they need a big gain here.
Yeah, well, now I was going to say those underneath routes kind of thrown out the window here when it comes to a 3rd and 20. So we'll see how the Guardians defense plays this one, but this one's going to be big.
He had Kramer open on the cross, but it would have been for a 7 or 8 yard gain. And then he thought better of going downfield, just didn't make the connection, and now faces a tough situation. Gold Coast can get a stop right here. They cannot allow a 20-plus completion. And DSO and Carnevale both like to throw deep, and that ball is deflected, incomplete as Carnevale went deep to his intended receiver. It looked like number 8.
The ball is turned over on down.
Not sure who he was throwing it to. Was that Holohan downfield? We'll see it here on the replay. All day. Now he finally locates a receiver, lets it rip. And that ball is tipped away at the last second. Great defense by Gold Coast. Jared, can you see that receiver? Was that Holohan?
I don't think it was Holohan, but I believe it might have been Kramer. Didn't quite get the number.
Downfield. Nice catch on the outside, made by number 7. Looks like Bobby Foshi.
Second down.
Second down and 12. That big defensive stop keeps them in the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was huge, especially if you go down 17-0 and with the time format and against this Post Boys defense, it really is a tough recipe to come back from. So Guardians defense, they step up. They let DSO on this offense now get a chance to work, and it's only a 10-0 game.
He's got to work short, and he's got a man wide open down the middle, and that's a catch in coverage. Really nice catch.
Touchdown.
And I think that's Rod Gosh of Syosset who came down with that one. And we're going to take another look. It's DSO. He fires that one downfield. We've talked about his cannon, and what a catch.
In coverage,
Gosh.
right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That was key. Right on him. He got his right arm up in between his arms and couldn't knock the ball away, but that great coverage and an excellent catch by Ragav Ghosh of Syosset. They're going for one, a little quick out, and a little too long. Couldn't stretch and make the catch. That ball will fall incomplete. And the Post Boys, they lead 10-6 over the Gold Coast Guardians. We're midway through this championship game at Northport High School, the National Football Foundation's 7-on-7 quarterback challenge.
Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. Half pipe, leave you full of pain? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle, so you can feel better faster.
We're back at Northport High School. Post Boys lead 10-6 at the National Football Foundation's the Suffolk chapter. The 7-on-7 quarterback challenge is a beautiful day here in sunny Northport. We've had some great football action with the National Football Foundation. Len Genova and his staff have done a terrific job. Greg Sarah here with Jared Veluzzi. Jared, we've had fun.
Yeah, it's been a really great day, and like I mentioned before, they lucked out with the weather and the amazing competition that has all come together here in Northport, and now we're in a great final contest between the Post Boys and the Gold Coast Guardians, and Anthony DSO making this one interesting as the Guardians not going away. They're trailing 10-0 early, but his touchdown pass over the middle to Ragav Ghosh helps trim the deficit to 4.
Sean Carnevale takes over, and he goes right back to his bread and butter, right, Jared? Throws that crossing route to Colin Darling, and they're inside the 20. Nope. He's got him at the 21 where the tag was made, so it'll be 2nd down and 1. And like you said, this is what they do the best. Throw short and sweet, on target, and get some big yardage. He's going to be dangerous on Sable this year, isn't he?
Yeah, Darling, he really is excellent. I mean, last season alone, he had 45 receptions for 562 yards and 4 touchdowns. So really thrilled to see, what he does with Sable. And so many of these guys have a great opportunity to have an incredible season this fall.
Carnevale working with 2nd and 1. He throws a quick hit. No, he goes deep. And he overthrows. Now it's going to be 3rd and 1. This is a tough play. If you don't convert the first down, you turn the ball over on downs right here. And he went away from what was working best for the Post Boys, trying to extend that lead.
And we saw something on the last drive where he, attempted a deep pass on 2nd and 20, incomplete, forcing, for it to be 3rd and 20. So now another 3rd down situation coming up here for Carnevale and the Post Boys. So huge play. We'll see if the Guardians have another stop in them against this tough Post Boys offense.
And if you are watching this telecast, the quarterbacks do not run and there is no pressure. They have a 3 count, which is almost 5 seconds to get rid of the ball. Again, crossing route, caught. First down. They call it a catch. It'll be 1st and goal from around the 15-yard line, maybe inside the 15. We'll see where they mark it. Again, Colin Darling with the key catch for the Post Boys.
Yeah, it's been Darling a lot this afternoon. He has just been fantastic, and he also is able to make the clutch plays. 3rd down, a huge moment for the Post Boys, and he's able to get that short reception for the 1st down, and here they come, the boys in green.
Carnevale's got his man wide open, pump fakes, and goes over the middle. Look at this. Blown coverage, nobody around, and a touchdown for the Post Boys. Carnevale scanned the field, recognizes his receiver is uncovered, and just fires down the middle. He was looking post corner before releasing that pass for the touchdown. Just an outstanding job.
And let's take a look. He was able to find Keehee, and he just was not covered in the middle of the field. Clear miscommunication by the Gold Coast Guardians, but Keehee's able to haul that one in, and the Post Boys lead by 10. They have an opportunity here for a 2-point conversion.
They will go for 2. Kramer in the backfield, split to the right of Carnevale. He throws an out to Darling. He's going to get touched at the 4, so there's no conversion. Post Boys lead the Gold Coast Guardians 16-6 here in the championship game of the National Football Foundation's 7-on-7 quarterback challenge.
Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. Half pipe, leave you full of pain? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle, so you can feel better faster.
We're back at Northport High School here, the home of the Northport Tigers. They've had some great football teams here. Actually, all sports at Northport are really successful, Jared, and we've seen it both in the girls and the boys. Director of Athletics Mark D'Antuono opening his facility to the National Football Foundation, and what a beautiful day we've had here in Northport.
Yeah, it's been a great weekend, actually, when you think about it. On Thursday, the big fellas got their chance to shine for the Lineman Challenge, brought to you by NFF here at Northport. That was a lot of fun, and this 7-on-7 quarterback challenge has been amazing. I got a chance to talk with coaches and players, and everyone was just really excited to be here. And Greg, these last 3 games have really lived up to the hype.
Yeah, it's really been a lot of fun. Fans are into it. The teams that are eliminated all hung around to watch the finals here, the championship game. DeSo completing the first down pass for 10 yards, and now he's looking over the middle. Nice thread-the-needle pass for a first down. He's going to get him inside the 15-yard line. Outstanding throw, thread-the-needle. We'll see it right here, Jared.
Yeah, DeSo, he was looking downfield, and once again, he throws a great ball, and Giovanni Johnson has been one of his favorite targets the entire day. We've mentioned his name quite a few, of these possessions, and he's really showed up.
Yeah, Coach Kluber is going to love that. And Johnson, when he go out to Longwood this year in Division I. DSO back to pass. First and goal. Throws the ball. And they're going to have a flag on a hold on the defense. They're pleading their case on the defense, the Post boys. And the official's going to have none of it. Jared, let me ask you about the lineman challenge. Who really impressed you here at Northport in the lineman challenge with the NFF?
Oh, man, let me tell you, Longwood, they had some very impressive linemen. They actually won the Tug of War Challenge, which was a really fun event that they had. They did it a playoff style. Longwood ran away with it. And they have a lineman, Ed Principal, who is going to be really fun to watch. And they have a ton of big boys coming back from a young team. So I'd say Longwood impressed me. And also Miller Place finished in the top 3. Senior Braden Ellis was great. And the Panthers, they say they have a ton to prove, and they're excited for it.
He's going to go on the out, and that's going to be a nice catch for a touchdown. Outstanding. We're going to see that again, but another huge catch by Adonis Owens of Half Hollow Hills East. But again, a great throw. Putting the ball, Anthony DSO of St. Anthony's, putting the ball where only the receiver can make the play. Look at that. He throws way out in front of him. Good coverage on the defense. I mean, he was right in his back pocket, A.J. Gentili of West Islip. But the catch made by Owens, and that is an outstanding touchdown for the Gold Coast Guardians. And they'll go for 1. And DSO looking down the middle, and there is Levi Felix for the catch. And they cut the lead to 16-13. An outstanding drive. And Jared, you got to be impressed with that.
Yeah, I mean, 2 of DSO's favorite targets today, Gio Johnson and Levi Felix, they both come up clutch. And just like that, it's only a 3-point game. Greg, I can't wait for these final 11 minutes.
Yeah, 11 minutes are going to be exciting. We see who comes up with the big defensive stop because they are neck and neck. The only difference right now is that interception earlier in the game where the ball was stripped. And 16-13. I think we're going to see some pretty incredible football over the last 10 minutes. You agree?
Oh, I definitely agree. With this type of talent on the field, the moments we've already seen, let's do this.
Sean Carnevale back to pass, and they get to it right away. He's going to throw it deep out. Receiver falls. It'll fall incomplete, and they'll reset second down from the 40. And Jared, this is like a cheat code for Newsday Sports. We're out here with Matt Lindsay and Jonathan Rubin, Johnny Rockets out there getting all the information, right? And we get to see all of these great players preseason. It's like an advantage. It's 70 of the best players on Long Island, and we're getting a preview. So that helps us with our top 100 and all of our lists and where we want to be the first month of the season, what games we want to cover.
Yeah, it really does, and you see all the amazing work that these athletes have put in, and it's getting showcased on display, and it's really helping us out at Newsday with what we're trying to do in the fall, and of course, given our coverage.
Nice catch on the out, Gavin Cleary from Sean Wading River. Diving catch on the side, and they'll bring up a 3rd down and 11, and they got to get the first down here, or they're going to turn the ball over on downs and watch Cleary make that catch. Excellent job, got his hands underneath the ball, kept it off the carpet, and stayed in bounds. Really nice throw by Carnevale. But this is a big throw right here. 3rd down and 11. And we'll see where he goes with it. You have any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, he can go, several different directions here. Maybe something short to Jake Kramer where he's able to get to the 20-yard line, but we'll see where he goes.
Down the middle. Great coverage. Well, what a catch in coverage. And the ball put in a very tough spot.
Pass is complete.
Outstanding throw, pickup of 21 yards, and getting all sorts of congratulations in the huddle. And it looked like Nafil Atif of Hewlett, the second big catch in this game.
Yeah, what a snag from Atif, and
He was
none
in the
bigger than that.
Right, he was in the middle of everybody, and somehow Carnevale threads the needle and puts it right on his receiver. 1st and goal at the 9. Post boys working left to right. They lead 16-13. And he throws a little quick toss on the inside. Timmy Holohan working his way back to his quarterback. Had gone on the out route. Saw that the quarterback was in trouble. And then found some open space for a touchdown. And Post Boys extend the lead 22-13.
Yeah, what a great play from Holohan, too, as Carnevale, at first looking towards his right. He had Holohan initially before his defender came, but then you see the speed. He's able to put it right on the money, and Holohan wide open into the end zone. Great play from him, and just like that's a 9-point lead from the Post Boys, as Tyler Collins has his guys ready and excited.
As a former quarterback, there's nothing you like more than when your receivers stay in motion. It's the key to having a successful passing game. Stay in motion. Once you go and sit on a route and don't move, it's difficult for your quarterback to get you to football. Nice throw, corner of the end zone, complete. The conversion is good. Post Boys adding to their lead. That completion to John Pataco, and they extend the lead to 24-13 here at Northport High School. You're watching the National Football Foundation's 7-on-7 Quarterback Challenge.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder, leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
Back at Northport High School, Post Boys, they extend the lead to 23-13 here in the championship game of the National Football Foundation's Suffolk Chapter 7-on-7 Quarterback Challenge. I'm Greg Sarah of Newsday. I'm with Jared Veluzzi of Newsday Sports, a guy who has done an unbelievable job digging deep into high school football here on Long Island and with the PAL in New York City. As the Gold Coast Guardians get to work, Anthony Diesso's first pass is complete to Adonis Owens. He picks up about, 8 yards. It'll be second down and 12. And Jared, they need a score right here. We're down to 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say they have to go quick here too. So we'll see the types of decisions that Diesso will make here, and certainly every play matters a ton.
Again on a quick deep out, nice catch, outstanding. And it looked like the throw again by Jax Prokop of center reach.
Yeah, he just keeps finding himself open as Diesso, another bullet to the sideline, and puts it right into Prokop's hands. And he also does a good job staying in bounds. You mentioned one of his toe taps earlier, and he does it again. Prokop helps the Gold Coast Guardians get near the 20-yard line, call it about, looks like the 23.
3rd and 2, and if they don't convert here, this game is over. It's running time. The final 5 minutes will go quickly. And he has to throw the pass now. He's going to go deep, and he's got a man. Touchdown! Levi Felix in the back of the end zone. 22 yards and the score. Great leaping catch. And Jared, that was do or die. Keep yourselves in the game with a great play to Levi Felix.
Yeah, this one not over yet. Once again, Felix makes a huge play. That's his second touchdown as Diesso looking downfield originally before tossing it deep, and Felix going up and getting it as good coverage short there from the Post Boys, but it was Diesso able to find Felix.
Guys went and sat on routes. They went past the 20 for the first down. They had the defender right on them. You can't make that throw. They smacked the ball away. You got to stay in motion. As Diesso looks down the field, throws over the middle, the ball is batted away. Great job on defense. They stopped the point conversion. It was number 5, Mark Davis of Longwood. And the Post Boys, they lead 23-19 as we go under 4 minutes here at the National Football Foundation Suffolk Chapter 7-on-7 Quarterback Challenge. We'll be back at Northport High School.
Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. Half pipe leave you full of pain? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
So, Jared, does Sean Carnevale of Chaminade have one more touchdown drive left in him?
Oh, he might. The way he's playing, he certainly feels like he could. And there's a flag on the field that might help his case.
Yeah, you got to hold across the middle. There was a crossing pattern to Colin Darling, and the defender got a little bit rambunctious there, holding on to his jersey because he was beat over the middle. It'll be first down from the 35, and they'll get to do that over. You did speak about this earlier in the championship game. Each team gets one timeout when there's under a minute to play. So it's important that Carnevale at least gets his team a first down before they turn the ball over on downs. If they score, obviously the game is over.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge play coming up here.
First down at 15. He looks short, no one open, but he goes down the middle again in tight coverage. And the catch is made. They're saying no catch. Coaches are on the field saying no catch. Referees looking at each other. They're saying catch. Let's see on the video replay. Throw down the middle. Catch is secured. And then it comes loose after he flips on the ground and pops up. Did he secure the ball long enough on the ground? One of the defenders is coming off the field. There's a little bit of a collision on the defense. They're checking to make sure everybody is okay. Again, we see the throw. Watch the collision right there. Wow. Head to hip. That was number 11, it looked like, who got it in the hip. Zachary Lampert of Kings Park. And he was run into by, it looks like, number 5, G.J. Cook of John Glenn. Looks like they're both okay. They're still on defense. Maybe it wasn't Cook. Who do you have in the middle of that defense, Jared? Was that 2? Was it Abid? Saad Abid of Sayville? It might have been.
Yeah, it might have been. I was going to say it might have been Abid, who's, by the way, a tremendous player for Sayville. He had 45 tackles as a sophomore, and yeah, Coach Haas has to be excited that he's back for 2 more years.
Well, we're down to a minute 9 as they stop the clock. First and goal for Sean Carnevale. You have one more left. Over the middle. End coverage. Dangerous throw. I like it, though. He's a little bit of a gambler right there. You know you have the 4-point lead. You don't throw it into coverage right now, right?
He just wanted to thread the needle there, and yeah, I kind of liked what he was thinking, but it was a tough coverage there from the Gold Coast Guardians.
Second down and goal.
It's second and goal for Coast Boys.
Sean Carnevale, second down and goal. They lead by 4. 23-19. Clock is ticking down under 1 minute. Big play here for the Post Boys. They can lock it up with a touchdown pass. And he looks down the middle again, and he's got Colin Darling. That's going to do it. That's a touchdown with 49 seconds remaining. Post Boys go up 29-19. What a throw by Sean Carnevale. He's been outstanding all day.
And Greg, I think that's all she wrote, as Carnevale, tremendous, especially throughout these last 2 games, and how fitting that he finds Colin Darling over the middle. Darling, great job coming down with the snag, and he throws that football. He is pumped. It's a 10-point lead under a minute left as Coach Collins and his guys closing in on a championship.
Tyler Collins having so much fun out there. You know what? This was great. What a great event. Every game was competitive. I love the fact that Carnevale went for the touchdown there and didn't try to bleed the clock. You know, it makes it for a better ending. Now he goes for the 1-point conversion try. Back to pass, looks over the middle, and the ball's batted away. Great defensive play in the end zone. Outstanding. You look like G.J. Cook from John Glenn on the play. 22 seconds remaining. Clock is ticking down. I think they're going to say that's it, guys. No more timeouts left. What a fantastic day. Jared, your final thoughts.
Yeah, incredible event, and the Post Boys come out on top. Sean Carnevale looked tremendous, and it was a lot of fun. Some fantastic plays from so many great athletes, and the new twist on the quarterback challenge with the 7-on-7 format. I think a lot of people are really excited about it, and it produced some exceptional plays.
All four quarterbacks did great today. Mikey Russo, Hudson Philbrick, Sean Carnevale, and Anthony Diesso. A lot will be expected of all four of them with their high school teams this season in the fall. We saw some incredible athletes, wide receivers, defensive backs, the linebackers. Super fun here at Northport High School with the National Football Foundation. And the final score of your championship game, the Post Boys, they take it all, 29-19 over the Gold Coast Guardians. When we come back, we'll give you the All-Long Island Elite Showcase Awards, the Brian Collins Most Outstanding Players, in a moment.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder, leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Len Genova, and I'm the president of the James C. Metzger, Suffolk County chapter of the National Football Foundation. Welcome, everyone, to our inaugural All Long Island Showcase and 5th Annual Quarterback Challenge. I think it was a great day. Before we get started with our awards, I just want to make a few thank yous. To our presenting sponsor, Orlin Cohen, and its Director of Sports Medicine Development, Ray Nelson, tremendous thank you. Days like this are certainly can be costly, but it's important to promote amateur football here on Long Island, and Orlin Cohen plays a critical role in helping us do that. So nice round of applause for Orlin Cohen and all the trainers that were here today. Let's hear it. And then, of course, our other corporate partners. Media 2 today did a terrific job. T&D Sports, Trophy Hut, Sports and Fitness Performance, and the Brian Collins Foundation. And a very, very special thank you to the Northport School District, their superintendent, Dr. David Moyer, their AD, Mark D'Antono, head coach, Pat Campbell, and I can't list all the security, building people, and assistant coaches that were here 6 a.m. this morning helping us set this great event. Truly, the hospitality was amazing, and let's give them all a nice round of applause. To our NFF board members that are here today, thank you, fellas, for all the hard work that you do throughout the year to make a day like this come to fruition. Specifically, Pete Bleiberg, Lou Bonanzio, Tim Horan, Paul Mastronardi, Ray Nelson, Craig Perino, and a special thank you, special to our Director of Operations, who has worked tirelessly with me the last 2 weeks, especially about 15 hours a day to make sure everything came off today without a hitch. Alexandra Rosenberg. So nice round of applause for our board members. Also, special thank you to the volunteers. All of those in red shirts were former Scholar athletes, young men that participated in this event through the years. And they came this morning and gave of their time. So thank you so much, fellas. Really appreciate it for all your hard work. To the coaches and evaluators that were here today, the coaches for the individual teams, and the 12 evaluators that we had evaluating each position. They were here in their red shirts, got here at 8 o'clock, and did a great job to evaluate all the positions which we'll be recognizing: wide receiver, running back, linebacker, D-back, and of course, quarterback. And last but certainly not least, a special thank you to Newsday, its high school sports editor, Greg Sarah, and his staff, Jared Veluzzi, Matt Lindsay, and Jonathan Rubin. They were here Thursday night to cover our Lineman Challenge, here today, and no one does more for high school sports than Newsday. If you look at the coverage and the things they provide, nationally, it just doesn't happen. A 28-page preview for high school football. That doesn't even happen at the college level, at the lower levels. So special thank you, nice round of applause for Newsday, to Greg and his whole staff. Okay, before we get on with our individual award winners, I'd like to congratulate Post Boys for winning our inaugural Elite Showcase. And if those young men can come up to get their championship T-shirts, since they're players from all throughout Long Island, we didn't know where a trophy or a plaque would go, so we gave them a T-shirt. So if you guys can come up, later we will get a group photo with you, so please do not leave. Just give me 1 second to put, it's hard to hold two microphones, so hold on 1 second. Wow, it had to be windy today, but great weather, I'll take it. Before we announce our individual honorees and the overall top player by position group, I just want to mention that one of our sponsors, the Collins Foundation, and that's in regards to former LIU coaching legend Brian Collins, who passed away a few years ago. For those of you who know him or know of him, there truly was no bigger advocate for high school football players on Long Island. He recruited so many of them and built a storied program at Post and then LIU over 20 years using the young people from Long Island. And his foundation has contributed today, so our outstanding positional awards will be now known as the Brian Collins Memorial Outstanding Position Awards, depending upon whether or not wide receiver, D-back, and so forth. So a nice round of applause for Coach Collins. So special for his son to win today. That was really cool. Okay, so now, wow, I need one of our staff members to come up here and help me hold these papers down. This is getting awfully challenging. Okay. So now, for our defensive backs, this is the all showcase team. We're going to announce 4 of you in no particular order. After you get your award and medal, please stand on this white line right next to me. And then we will, once all 4 are recognized, we will then delineate our most outstanding Collins
Here, I'll fix it so you don't
receiver.
like that.
Receiver. Okay. All right, a first member of the All Showcase team for defensive backs from Longwood High School, Kairan Sawari. All right, our next honoree from Massapequa High School, Michael Ippolito. Our next honoree from Kings Park High School, Zach Lampert. And our final member of the All Showcase defensive back team from Port Washington High School, Levi Felix. What's that? Oh, no D-back?
No. I played receiver.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure about it. We'll have to go. I know some of our evaluators are here. I'm not sure that's we'll have to correct that. Okay. Let's move on to our linebackers on the All Showcase team. From Sachem North High School, Evan Treola. The next linebacker on our All Showcase team from West Hampton Beach High School, Nicholas Sicoli. Not here? Okay, he might have left. Okay, we'll get it to him. And our 2026 Brian Collins Memorial Outstanding Linebacker Award from Sachem North High School, Evan Treola. Okay, we only have one winner as a running back, so that individual will be the member of the All Showcase team and the Collins Outstanding Running Back Award honoree. And he is from Sayville High School, Timothy Hollahan. And again, as we're doing this, all award winners, please, if you could stay afterwards so we can get some photos with our sponsors. Thank you. And now on to our wide receiver All Showcase team. From Center Reach High School, Jax Prokop. Our next honoree from East Hampton High School, Jackson Carney. From Longwood High School, Giovanni Johnson. And our final member of the All Showcase wide receiver team from St. Anthony's High School, Rory McDermott. And our Brian Collins, outstanding wide receiver for the Elite Showcase is Rory McDermott from St. Anthony's High School. All right, now before we will straighten out what happened with the defensive backs. I'll speak to the evaluators. I apologize in advance, but we'll certainly notify one of the three of the members of the All Showcase team who the winner is, and we'll get them their plaque this week. So I apologize for that. At this time, in terms of our quarterbacks evaluation, changed it up a little bit this year. We wanted to try to see in terms of, we used to do individual drills. We wanted to see who performed best in this situation. They had a chance over the last few weeks to work with one playbook, and it was based on an evaluation in terms of how they made their reads and their progressions and so forth. And again, this is all about fun. This is all about how someone did today. It's not a barometer of what's going to happen in the future. We know that. Some of our winners have gone on to have great seasons, but most of the participants, if not all, have had terrific careers. So on that note, I'd like to announce the winner of the 5th annual National Football Foundation Quarterback Challenge presented by Orlin Cohen from St. Anthony's High School, Anthony Dieso. All right, guys, so on a concluding note, hopefully the parents, we tried to make this experience really fun, added a lot of things to it this year. Hopefully everyone enjoyed it. And I really wish all the members participating today a very happy, healthy season this year. Hope everyone does terrific and continues to support the National Football Foundation. And when we call upon some of the individuals who participated today, hopefully you'll answer the call like our volunteers today and come out and support us. So thank you so much. Thank you to all our sponsors. Have a great 2026 season. Thank you so much.